Yes, guys, episode 25 of Bikini Insider. No guests this week, just us three, because we've got plenty to get through. How goes, Kerry?
Three Musketeers.
You guys all good?
Yes, I am good. How about you?
I'm all fine. I'm all fine. Look, we got a lot to cover off because it was a busy, busy weekend. And you know what? Because we're UK based, let's start straight from home. Let's start over in Bradford because it was the pro qualifier. Kerry, I saw the picture of you and Mark on stage, saw a picture of you handing out a pro card as well. Obviously trained by JP, the big team were all there as well. Before we go through the bikini winner, give me some feedback. How was the show? What was it like?
It was good to be fair. I think there was a good level of athletes there. Some of the classes weren't too busy, and then some of the classes were busier. Yeah, it was a good overall show. Some good competition. I would say for a pro qualifier, there probably could have been a lot of opportunity for people to come over and really make the most of it, which didn't really happen, to be fair. But yeah, it was a good show.
This was because I did a post on Monday that all the pro card winners, well, first off, all pro card winners were won by by UK coaches, and also, well, technically all of them are UK competitors because the girl who won the fit model, she's born in Australia but based in the UK. So I'm going to say it's all UK competitors basically, but
Yeah.
all eight took the pro cards, which meant. Pro card
That's
numbers so far is 2020 is
yeah.
22. So 14 jumped 22 straight away. We've also got the natural pro qualifier this weekend, which
Yes.
you would imagine could be dominated by the UK again, maybe another 8 out
Mm.
of 10. And I'll take it to 30, only 12 off last year's record.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy when you put it like that.
But okay, look, let's.
Nice when it's all UK winners because I'm sure we've said this before, like whenever we've had like a British finals or whatever, you kind of have this like, oh, is someone going to come over and take it? Is someone going to be like a dark horse that we can't see coming? But yeah, so happy that River won as well.
Yeah,
Congrats to her.
I was just about to say, I think it was very much deserved. It was one of those, I was standing on the stage and I had no idea who I was just about to present the pro card to. So I was trying not to look at the athlete that I thought it was. But so I was trying to kind of just look around if that makes sense. But I did have a good, strong feeling that it was going to be River. She did just display the best package overall, if I'm completely honest. So,
Oh, look at this.
Oh.
yeah.
Usually have I missed this video? That'd been great bit of content. Oh, okay. I like my reaction videos.
Yeah. Oh, so nice.
Just watching this again. But Kerry, you said you were there anyway. That overall lineup, did you think, you know what, this was Rivers all the way
Yeah, I
through, or
did.
was
I
that
just thought it was. I thought it
yeah?
was, to be fair, to be honest. Yeah, I thought it was a good overall lineup, but I just had a feeling she was going to pick the win, to be honest.
Oh, is this a fella?
Yeah, I think that was literally posted today, wasn't it? So maybe that's why you
Was
haven't
it?
seen
Oh, okay. Oh, fine. That's good. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I can use this. I can use this. I like it.
it.
Some videos. Perfect. Okay. Awesome. So, I mean, was there anybody else in that overall lineup? Because we were talking about River anyway. Um, Coached by Rob from LRF, who is no stranger to winning IFB Pro cards in the bikini division. Was there anybody else in my lineup that you felt that, you know what, maybe there's another pro qualifier where they could be competitive? Or was it really
I can't
River was
remember.
standout?
There was another girl, and I really liked her physique. She literally DM'd me. She literally DM'd me today, and I cannot remember for the life of me what her name is. I've got a feeling
Carrie's
she's
got time
not.
brain.
Yeah, I've got a feeling she's not from the UK, this girl. So
Okay.
if you
All
know
right.
the overall, I'd be able to tell you. She obviously won at her class and had a really nice physique. Oh my goodness. Leonie
Well,
West poses her,
okay.
and
So,
that's as far as I can go with that.
well. Well, look,
Mm.
River, huge congratulations. You got the pro card. You said you were in there with no expectations. Well, that's well, you look, you just it just did what exactly what we thought you were going to do. Go there, take the card, and now you're IFE Pro. Ready, congratulations. Let's look at some of the pro shows for the weekend. There were about 4 or 5 across the world. Let's
Yeah,
start with Taiwan because that's no stranger to you, right, Carrie? You've
yeah,
competed over there.
yeah. I saw this. Um,
Let me get the winner. Here we go. So, Jibin Park, this will be her fourth time now to Olympia. There was a video that's posted. Maybe did I post it? I think I did.
I feel like she doesn't post that much.
She doesn't. Where is it? Okay.
4 times Olympian.
There's let me grab the video. I posted one yesterday.
I was speaking to my client about her. So I was speaking to my client Kiki, obviously who's another pro, and we were saying that it was really nice to see her win it because she wasn't necessarily the most like heavy muscled. She literally just had a really nice bikini look.
I was
Um,
gonna say the same
and
thing when I compared the photos there. Yeah.
she's just got a really nice look. It's like, you know what I mean? Like it's not,
Hmm.
you know, when you say someone's like exceptional here and exceptional, it's she's just really good all over, which is a really
Yeah.
that's the blend you want.
Yeah, her physique flows.
Yeah, it really does. She's not like massively heavy muscled or anything like that. Um, I just think she has a really nice look,
Hmm.
No.
clean lines.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Well done to her. Also, over to Colombia. This is one that we did discuss last
Yeah,
week, and we knew
I
some
had
of the
a
girls
feeling.
were going there. Yep, Shazram got the win.
I had a feeling
Yeah.
it would go this way, and I'm really happy to see it, to be fair. Um, so massive well done to her. I did quite a few shows with her
Oh yeah,
uh, last year,
let's go.
Oh, really? Which ones?
like the American ones that I did.
Okay, nice.
Uh,
I mean, she's absolutely beautiful as well, as in she
yeah,
like
yeah,
just
she really
stunning.
is. She's got such a nice flow. Like I love her front
Yeah,
shot, to be fair.
yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, just like that really, like just good quality, you know?
I don't know if she's actually like the first athlete to qualify from the Dominican Republic. You'll probably
Yeah,
know more on that, Suki, than me.
I thought
So
so.
I believe so because isn't also well ever to go from Dominican or this year.
From bikini.
from bikini.
I mean, isn't Jasmine Gonzalez, is she from Dominican? I'm pretty sure she said that when we did an interview that she was going to go do
But
the show.
maybe, but obviously whenever it has like the
No
athlete's country,
residence.
it always says US. Yeah, so
Then yeah,
Look at
probably
her,
is
look at
Asia.
that shot there even. Look at her glute. The glute is
I
glued.
know.
So you've got a couple of or a few. So obviously Anna and oh no, forgive me. Ellie,
Brittany
Brittany
Gillespie, Ellie
Glasby in
who
second.
obviously
Ayres, yeah.
Ellie's qualified before, Anna's qualified before, so it'll be interesting to see how the rest of this season goes.
Well, we know
Yeah.
we know Anna that she's going to be in the US for at least another 2 months. So I imagine,
She's
um,
got to qualify.
yeah, she'll have Tampa next week. She'll have done Texas, but I know yeah she's got another 4 shows still out in the
Yeah.
US
Yeah.
before she heads
Go
back
for it.
to the Italy show, which I believe you're doing.
Yeah.
But no, really good there. Let's go over to LA,
Oh yeah.
where Lauren got the win.
Hmm. Yeah, she obviously has been knocking on the door for a while as well. I think I mentioned on last week's episode, she did the same shows as me last year, so Texas and Nashville Fit Show. But yeah, massive congrats to her. She really deserves it because she's been relentless too. It's nice to see people qualify that haven't qualified yet. I know we talk about like the Olympia blockers and stuff, and I know the list. It's just nice to see, when people are like working so hard towards it and doing show after show after show. So
Yeah.
I
yeah,
mean, it was definitely a great opportunity for her to win the ticket. Look, I mean, Tiana came second, but once again, that she's going to be her debut of Olympia, so not as experienced as some of the other competitors. So it was the right show that we could potentially see somebody who's not qualified for Olympia get there because we're not seeing the regulars, the regular
Yeah.
Olympians at these shows. So well done to her. I mean, also, let's just quickly bring up Tiana as well because what she's going to be the youngest Olympian
She
this
smashed it
year.
again,
Really
really.
there.
With that face.
To be fair, actually, yeah, this was her best look to date, in my opinion. Like even better than the one where she won her Olympia ticket. Um, she's probably just feeling a different level of energy now as well, knowing she's already qualified, and it just kind of gives you that momentum then. So
Sure.
it's
And it's
exciting.
nice to see that she hasn't been like brought back down, you know, she's staying
Yeah,
up there, and that's quality that is. So that's really good to see. And that's got to do wonders for your confidence as well.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, awesome job there, Tiana.
Just getting better from show to show.
More confident with posing as well, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's talk about Chicago because we were talking about Savannah
Mm.
maybe getting a win after having previously won at Chicago back in 2023. Was
Mm.
actually Katie from New
Hey,
Zealand.
Carol, yeah. Congrats to her as well. Beautiful physique. Quite a u unique look as well, I think. Like, I don't
Damn,
know,
what a
just like with
trophy.
the straight hair and like
Yeah.
the bright
Well,
blue suit. Yeah.
I don't know how she's going to get a trophy back to New Zealand,
yeah,
but
that's huge. How cool is that?
that's going to come at a cost.
I think she so that was from last year, but then when she won the show this weekend, I'm sure I
That's
saw on
it.
her stories, she won like a 25 kg plate, like with the logo from was it Republic of Texas? What was the show again? Chicago Pro, sorry. It
Yeah.
had like the
Oh,
Chicago.
there it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So a full-on weight plate,
She was
25
like,
kg.
"How am I going to get this home?"
And a trophy. She's still got a big trophy there as well. God.
Yeah.
Trophy, a bag. Damn, they give up some good stuff there.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
cool.
think it's
Tiara, the
cool.
sachet.
It's cool when you see them giving out like different awards and not just like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I like the tiara and like some of the other trophies that you see are just really like obviously the Sasquatch has the Sasquatch trophy, the
And a
Yeti.
ring.
Yeah,
Yeah, so sick.
Jeez.
Sash, ring, tiara, everything.
They don't mess about.
that's wicked.
Let's look at eye walk. Give me your thoughts here.
Yeah, she's a great poser.
Really nice physique. I would say
Oh, the hair flip
elite
there.
physique,
Mm, yeah.
but look at the pop and the fullness. So good.
And so she messaged, she's gonna be out in the US for another 5 weeks with three more shows
Well,
lined up
mate,
Yeah.
before she shuts it down for the Olympia. And then 4 weeks later, they got the New Zealand Pro, which obviously qualified for 2025. She'll be doing that. So all in all, five more shows really. But once again, I imagine then two of these shows will be Tampa, Texas. You know,
everyone's getting a good run this season, right?
Yeah.
that's
Got
it.
numbers.
But no, fantastic, fantastic. A few things I want to bring up because we got the Q&A, but let me just bring up a few things as well. I completely forgot to mention this post the other week, sorry, because it was the first time we actually see Maureen put something out there to say 13 weeks out from Olympia. Obviously, it's been a bit quiet in regards to what we should be doing after the Pittsburgh show, but it does look like it's full steam ahead. She is going to go to Olympia. She is obviously one of the previous champions. That's gonna make this division even more exciting. Knowing there's another past Olympic champion in the
Yeah.
race. How, do- given the result from Pittsburgh, is she a contender for the title, or are we have to be more realistic with the goal, thinking top five, top six?
I think you can, again, never say never, but like she might completely bring a different package, you know?
I think, yeah, she absolutely is. And I tell you why. Because the year that she won it, no one was saying that she could win it. And she
Yeah.
walked out there and took the title.
Mm.
So I think anything's possible for Maureen. I think, yeah, the confidence on stage and everything. And she'll have learned a lot as well from being back on stage in Pittsburgh. So
That's
the
the
time
thing.
off, yeah, I feel like she is one of those athletes that can just come to the Olympia. Whereas, like, again, we've talked about this before. Some athletes need that string of shows. I think she's someone that can kind of like just come out there and be perfect and fresh in that one show. So yeah, I mean, she's probably going to be in my predictions. So
are you not surprised that even after Pittsburgh, she didn't jump on a few other shows afterwards just to dust off the cobwebs a little bit more? Because of course, all we remember this now is taking third place at Pittsburgh, and as we already know, there are a lot of strong contenders who aren't even Olympia winners having strong runs already. We've got Amy Delgado, obviously Vanya won the Arnolds. There are many to actually go through, but yeah. Would you have thought maybe she may have jumped on a couple of shows afterwards? There were definitely plenty to pick from.
Yeah, because it was New York, wasn't there? I mean, to be fair though, I think about this from like a league tables standpoint as well of like you don't want your stock to go down as a bodybuilder. Like I feel like people talk about that more with open men's bodybuilding and classic and whatever, but I think the same is true in bikini, personally.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear what you mean. I think she might have just got the feedback she needed to run with,
Yeah, yeah,
you know?
that too, definitely.
Yeah, well, let's look forward to seeing what happens there. Another one that I just want to bring up. I don't know if you saw this post, but this was a post I did where we actually played the game last week, and this was actually the
Yeah.
full breakdown of the dominance of USA in the bikini division. And the reason why this one stood out a lot more is because I put a chart out for every division. And
Yeah.
this was the only one where literally there was a complete dominance from a single country. And this then led to a lot of people sharing this post, but also putting a question box, including Alison, who we had on the channel last week, put in a box asking why is USA so dominant in the bikini division? I got my thoughts. Do you want to share me your thoughts on this? Because as we can see, USA with 21, China 5, South Korea, Canada, Italy, Brazil 3. I mean, literally, you could look at the next seven countries, they make up the entire number that USA has.
I think a lot of shows are in the USA compared to like over in Europe and stuff like that. So I think there's like a lot of opportunity over there potentially. Um, yeah, that's one of my thoughts.
Who was the last winner? Who was the last European bikini winner? Bikini winner. Last European bikini IFI pro to have won a show in the US.
Has Ivy won?
She has, but there is someone just before her.
Oh gosh, I can't think.
Uh,
Who is it? Wait,
It was in 2022.
yeah.
really? You are joking. That's crazy.
Was it Phoebe Hagen?
Phoebe Hagen.
That's crazy.
So that's wild, isn't it?
So that's what my stats are showing. So I'm pretty
Wow.
99% correct. That's right. It's pretty a few people, but literally the last winner, 2022, which is absolute crazy when you think about all the other divisions where we've seen
Yeah,
winners from like Europe and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
outside that, but where when's it when this it looks like this could carry on for 2025. Obviously, Kerry, you're going to do a show in America as well. We know Sandy is a judge that a lot of females want to get ahead, get in front of, but she doesn't really travel to European shows. I can't remember
Yeah.
the last show she did in Europe.
The
So
Arnold UK, but obviously it's invite only.
there we go.
Yeah.
So and once again, yeah. So I mean, all this put together. I mean, should more European girls, and we're seeing with Anna, so she's over there, done a show in Colombia, she's got 3 shows now in North America. Should more girls be looking at doing these American shows because they need to be up against the
Yeah.
US girls in front of Sandy and the other key judges that are always going to be there to give yourself the best chance to be competitive going into Olympia?
Yeah, I've always said that from day one. I've always said it from day one, like, and I will echo this through and through to anybody that's listening that wants to turn pro or is a new pro. Whatever you can do to get yourself to the States, you have to do it because it's all about getting in front of those people, as you've said, but I think also putting yourself against the Olympians, against the best athletes. And sometimes when you do go to the European shows, like, yeah, we will have like maybe a shuffle of Olympians, but you're far more likely to get that in the States, aren't you? Like,
Yeah,
you're going to be next to Ashley, you're going to be next to Amy, you're going to be next to like any of those girls that are like at the top. And that's pretty much why I went straight over to the States when I won my pro card and picked big shows. And it's not because, it's not that the other shows are easier. I don't think it's that. Again, it's just you kind of like want to be humbled in a way. Like you want to see yourself standing next to them to see where the gaps are in your physique.
yeah,
So I think it's all about, yeah, just building up that stock and building up that like experience on a US stage as well. Because I think as well, it's all well and good, competing in Europe and whatever, but ultimately, if you were to win an Olympia ticket in a European show and you have never been to the States before, you're in for a surprise when you go to Vegas for the first time and you've not done that yet because it's so different to just jumping on like a 2 hour flight to Spain or Portugal. You've got like the visas, the jet lag, the long haul flight, the food's different, like all these other variables. So,
yeah.
yeah, that's my 2 cents.
And that's exactly why I'm going to the States
Yeah,
prior
yeah,
to to do exactly that. So
Well, look, I'm sure these 21 girls from the US already qualified, but let me just look at another show this weekend because we may as well just skip this weekend, get to the next one. Because, look, I did two posts earlier about the Vancouver Pro because I've been speaking to the promoter today. And part of me is so embarrassed to see a Olympia qualifier with only five girls having 2 weeks ago seen 47 compete in Texas, having last week seen four pro shows in North America and South America have a total of just under 80 competitors. And we
Mm.
have three Canadians, one from the US and one from overseas. Now I know Ashley already announced a few weeks ago
Yeah.
in June that she was going to be doing this show, and of course there has been an interview that was also on the Vancouver Pro Instagram page. It was a Instagram live with Ashley. Is it as obvious as what we're all thinking that people have not done this show because they don't want to get their ass whooped by Ashley and think it'd be a waste of money going there?
Again, I think you need to stand next to Ashley. Like, in my opinion, and do you know what? I think we could probably place bets on who is going to be the person that she is kind of directly compared next to. Because Maxine is an Olympian, if I'm not mistaken. So, she's kind of being talked about as well. But like whoever is going to be stood next to Ashley in those comparisons, like that's a great achievement. Like Ali Vathauer said the same thing, obviously, when she had her comparison with Ashley. So I put if I was competing, like I wouldn't run away from that. Like,
yeah,
like Ashley is, obviously going to be the favorite, but
but you
yeah,
never know.
If I want to throw it to you
Yeah.
too, if you had done the if you had just done one of the shows last week, so LA or Chicago, or you were doing Tampa next week,
Mm.
would you have jumped in this show knowing Ashley was there?
Yeah.
yeah, probably, yeah.
I mean, who did Ashley lose to last year? Which pro show was it? She
Which one was
I don't know where I wonder if that really is the reason why, like, because I
well,
I don't see that I would make that decision. So I'm like, how can loads of other pros be making that decision? Like, surely not, because she could just jump into any show anyway.
I mean, come on, 47 at Texas.
Yeah.
Only one of them got the Olympia ticket. The other 46 still need to qualify. Now, of course, I mean, there's also okay. I'm just jumping this one thing, but the one side is, God, imagine your how much your stock would go up if you were to take out Ashley. No matter how many competitors there are, it's still that single person, second of Olympia.
Yeah.
53, 52, 53 titles, wherever it is, if you that is an opportunity that you just can't shy away from, and
Mm.
you will just get so much publicity, eyes on you, be talk of town for weeks. And also, if you did go on to do Tampa, Texas, you'll be one of the front runners.
Yeah.
But on the other side, I did read some of the comments. Some of the comments were quite negative about the show, about some issue with the medals. Someone talked about sponsorship. But then I did do a post for the Vancouver promoter. We're talking about the previous years and they're just having their say. But they are extremely gutted about the low numbers because they're losing a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? I feel like sometimes it's not like we'd only have five athletes in a European pro show, but like there have been some shows where there's only seven girls, there's only eight girls. So like I think we have seen this before, but over in like US and Canada, maybe it's a bit more of like a shock to the system. I'm not sure.
Say so.
Yeah, especially with like Canada. I mean, I don't know how many pro shows they have through the Canadian Physique Alliance. Obviously, you got Toronto, but um, yeah,
Yeah.
that is definitely it does not help the cause when people are having these conversations about, oh, should there be less shows? And then you see a show with five competitors. It's it doesn't help.
Yeah.
Okay, we've wrapped our first half an hour. We promised we are going to do a Q&A. I had quite a few questions come through to my side. For you girls, so what I would do, you got some questions, Kerry. I've got them already. A lot of
Did I
massive.
screenshot some over as well?
Yeah, I think you did. Put it on WhatsApp.
Okay.
I've got a couple in my box, but not many.
Okay. Let's get. Do you want to start with yours, Marnie?
Yeah, I guess so.
Now, probably you two are answering, so
First one was how do you deal with on the day nerves and shaky leg syndrome?
go on, Kerry. Do you want to start with that? Shaky leg syndrome.
Oh, how do I start with that? No, it is hard. You do see quite often competitors which are really, really shaky. Oh, how do you deal with that?
More experience,
Or
and I know
Yeah,
experience,
Marnie, come on.
it's not the answer people want because but
but it is, isn't it? It is more experience. Just keep getting on stage, doing the shows.
yeah, it's comparable, right? Like here's like an off the cuff example. If someone is like really nervous to get on an aeroplane and fly, right? And they do like maybe the shake, like they get nervous or whatever, the way to overcome that is to like face the fear, like get on more aeroplanes till eventually you don't have that response anymore. Because it is just your body trying to process that feeling of like nerves. But I think on the day nerves, this is something that I talk to my posing clients about a lot. Like we'll discuss this like every season, how to handle show day nerves. And everybody is so different in like how they need to operate in the same way that like, nerves throughout anything in life, really. Like some people find that talking to others will calm the nerves if, it kind of takes the mind off the fact they're about to get on stage. For other people, talking to like a group would do the opposite. It would stress them out. It would make them nervous. It would make them kind of look at everybody else and not focus on themselves. So I think, yeah, it really just depends on the person. And like we say with anything in this sport, you have to find what works for you. And it's such a crap answer to give, but until you've been in the sport for a while, then you can truly appreciate what that means. Because, like, how you do your backstage carry might not be the same as me, even though we have been backstage together before.
Yeah, like sometimes I will put headphones on and like a song that's going to gas me up. Like And then sometimes I will literally like I'll feel the nerves and want to like speak to people, or I will not want my headphones and I'll just want to like be quiet and zone in. I think it just purely depends on the day sometimes for me, even to be fair. But I do like putting on like my headphones and like putting on a song that like gets me like a bit gassed up and just kind of like yeah,
Yeah.
and it
I
switches.
think I think as well, a lot of it really can depend on like how your day is going in general, like not even just like backstage nerves, but like in the run up to being backstage, you need to plan and organize and be as prepared as possible. Because if you're not, and then something goes awry, you're going to go backstage and be flustered, whether that's like you're not running on time, or you're not keeping up with the schedule, or you've forgotten something, or like,
Or if there's a film crew in Tokyo and all Uber stop, so you have to run across and then you have
oh,
to run backstage and you have to run past your pro, which is making her pro debut, to put your bikini on to jump on stage. That's what I had to do. I had to do that. Literally, they shut down Tokyo. So yeah, but I was prepared, but I wasn't prepared for them to shut down Tokyo, put it that way. But
All right.
sometimes things happen. So
again, things like that do happen and you just have to go with it.
yeah, defo.
Okay, go on, Mike. Give me the. Fine, I'll go through different questions, but you keep taking your turns. My God, Kerry, it looks like you've got the Masters Union coming at you with these questions. All Masters related.
I
Clearly,
know, I know, I
clearly
know.
I had one as
some
well.
angry Masters.
I know, I know.
Okay, let's start with this one then. Masters bikini is always seen as somewhat on the back burner. Masters over 40, often not considered to have any future, any longevity or future. What are your thoughts?
I disagree with that.
What are your thoughts? Yeah. God, who said
We
this?
have a Masters
Are they
Olympia.
bit?
What do you mean?
So I think it's more of like maybe they're talking about in the UK, maybe, but there
Oh,
is opportunity if you go elsewhere, right?
I mean,
You
geez.
can say that about open bikini though. Do you know what? I feel like we have
Yeah, true, true, true
like
enough.
there are Masters Pro shows and there's a Masters Olympia. So I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
mean, in my eyes, I mean, look, there are obviously less Masters shows than the Open shows, but if you plan your prep around when there's going to be a busy season of Masters shows in your territory in Europe, as we know we don't have any in the UK, then you'll have no issues. I mean, look, but there's another one as well. Oh God, I keep talking about Masters here. Do you agree there should be more Masters Pro qualifiers and Pro shows? Do you think there should be more Masters shows?
Well, I think that's something they are growing, you know?
Yeah.
I think
I
that's
don't
something
think there
they're
should be
growing.
more. I don't think that that should overshadow open bikini and
Do
open categories.
Do you think they should have one in the UK?
I think that would be a good opportunity. But again, with the sport and everything growing, like look at the way we only have what, like one bikini pro show, one men's physique, am I right? Or two? I
Yeah,
don't know. There's not like loads, is there, even as pro shows, like even for open bikini, it would be great to have that being added to the what do you call it? It'd be good to have that added. Yes.
schedule,
Um,
yeah.
again, who's to say that it isn't? Again, I think the sport is evolving and they are opening up more opportunity across the board, all around the world, for other people. They've obviously put a big, heavy focus on the naturals as well. So I think that is something they are doing, is creating more opportunity. But obviously, that does take funding and the amount of athletes required to make that
Yeah.
successful as well. So yeah,
Well, we've already
Yeah.
seen, obviously, Kirsty did a post the other day talking about a potential female show in the UK. We've seen the female shows take place in the US,
Yes.
so maybe that might be something that comes up, and eventually these things take time. So it's taking how many
yeah.
years to have a female-only show? Maybe there'll be a Masters
I just
Pro
think
qualifier.
it's not as simple as just to, oh yeah, we're going to do a show. Like it costs a lot to be able to do that
Yeah.
as well. So I think it's just a matter of time and then I think that probably will come. And I don't think it's something people would disregard.
Mhm.
Okay, let's go through. I'm just going to go through some of these I've got on my page. Tips for stomach vacuuming for women and why is it needed for being on stage?
So I would give the tips of with vacuuming, most people focus on doing this in a fasted state. However, if you think about our show day and how we go on stage, we are not fasted. So practicing it a few times a day in different states, so to speak. So fasted, great. But then doing it once fed and watered, I think is a really good thing to do because if you wake up on show day and you've not gone to the toilet or something like that, or you need feeding because you've gone flat or something like that, you want to be ready to be able to do that, essentially, keeping your core tight in that state rather than just waking up fasted and doing it in the perfect setting. And I think another thing is when you are doing it, to do it in different with different postures. So I do quite a lot of different variations, some with my um, pelvis tilted like backwards as you would pushing out into your back pose. And that's how we hit our front pose as well, with a tilt in our hips, whereas most people will just practice in a neutral spine position. So I think it's a good idea to practice with our poses essentially. And also using it as a tool, not just for your midsection, but to use it as a tool to work through your mobility as well, in opening up your spine, in breathing into your upper back. And it can really help with rotation. Breathing is really important. We all keep our ribs quite tight. And I think we, as much as we should chest breathe, so we breathe into our chest, which can be practiced throughout training as well, to keep your belly button to spine, breathing into your chest, keeping your core tight. That's another way you can practice your vacuum essentially, and keeping your core tight. But also letting your stomach actually relax in your vacuum. So on the when you breathe out, letting it expand from the ribs, because quite often athletes get their ribs quite uh, stuck, so to speak, like where we're using waist trainers and things like that. We have to let them expand as well. And that again can help with rotational mobility. And that's my take on that.
Maureen, anything you want to
Love
add?
that. Well, I was just gonna say, yeah, I'm glad Kerry mentioned breathing because I feel like we just need to point this out as well. Maybe not so much for the seasoned athletes, but the girls that are kind of just getting into the sport, do not hold your breath on stage. Do not try and hold and suck in and pull an actual vacuum on stage whereby like your ribs are on show, because the judges will mark you down for that. They don't want to see the rib cage. It's all about having that like nice aesthetic sort of clean look to the midsection where you've got a little bit of detail there, not like the etched out like detail of each rib. So yeah, really important to avoid that, because I do see a lot of girls, not just in bikini, actually, in fit model too, where they're kind of sucking in under the ribs and it just doesn't look good on stage. In fact, I think it actually really draws the judge's eye to that, and you almost like can't see anything else on the physique.
I think one of the best things to do, I don't even know if you'll be able to see it, but is to actually breathe. Like, so if you breathe in, your waist essentially gets like bigger. Whereas if you
That's it,
exhale,
yeah. Yeah.
you can exhale, but without like that. So it's like,
Yeah. You almost feel like you're tucking your ribs in slightly, like they're not going to protrude out
but
and towards.
vacuums help for other things, like I said,
Definitely.
mobility, mobility a lot, digestion, and actually putting yourself in a calming state as well, which I use it for, which is really good. So it's not necessarily like you need to hit a vacuum on stage, but the process of learning how to do a vacuum, can help whilst you are on stage.
All right. That's leads me nicely to the next question. Most common mistake you regularly see on stage. So I'll let you both pick one each. We'll start with you, Marnie.
Most
The
common.
most common mistake you regularly see on stage. And then we'll go one step further, how you fix it.
Common mistake.
Probably going to be flappy arms.
Flappy arms. Can
Yeah,
you show
I
me what you
think of
mean?
all the things,
Can you show us all? Go on.
yeah, of course I will. Of all the things I see, I feel like I'm teaching a posing class. It's like, like all this, the arms are just moving constantly, and all this, arms all the way out and around. I find it so distracting because you're just creating so much like empty space around your physique as well. Kind of then, posing's an illusion. It creates the idea that like you've not filled your frame out. So I think you need to like lead with certain muscle groups when you pose. If anybody has posed with me, and I know a lot of the girls will watch this podcast, they'll all be smiling because I say this over and over again. But I think it's very distracting as well if everybody else is kind of like holding their shot and you're just excessively moving. Could be out of nerves, it could be because you're trying to like get your lat out or you're trying to like reset the pose or something. I think there's so much strength in an athlete who can just hit a pose and stay there
Yeah.
and just not move because it shows that you've practiced and you've got good posing stamina and good conditioning.
Yeah.
Like, Marty,
Yeah,
could you just do that flappy pose again, but for fit model? I want a screenshot.
no,
I put Mike confirms fit model.
Worst posing in the world. Hashtag join rocket posing.
Um,
Um,
Karen, what are you gonna say?
what would I say? I think just I think people generally just need to remember to smile more. I've seen it quite a lot in shows recently, and I know it can come through nerves and things like that quite often. But just it just sometimes looks like, you're not enjoying your time on stage. And then I would say another one is just when you are walk, so you've done your routine or you've posed in your comparisons, and then you just walk off like and you just switch off like you've just
yeah,
done all this lovely posing maybe, and then you just walk off. Like you have to remember like hips tilted back, even a little odd look back, back to the stage, and back to the judges. And yeah, just like remember you're still on stage being looked at essentially, and people are still looking at you when you're on like the back line and things like that. And if you find a pose, like I always say to people, and you might notice that I do it, and I do it because I generally go really flat in my front pose when I hold my front pose for a long time. So I'll stand in like the what do you call it?
each transition. Yeah,
I'll stand in my transition pose, and that's more comfortable for me. I've got like problems with my lower back, so obviously that. So just finding something that works for you, and you are allowed to do other things on the back line, but just make sure, like, because if I was to stand there and do my front pose, I would be one of those people keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. And yeah, so just always remember that someone somewhere could be looking at you.
yeah. Hit a pose that you can stay in, basically. Yeah.
Okay, next one. I kind of touched on fit models just then. What are everyone's thoughts on how the fit model standard is shaping up? In my opinion, there's no one look yet. So
There's
Yeah,
no one more, sorry.
there's
there's no
no one look yet.
so
There's
every
Oh,
no one
one
universal look.
universal look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What's everyone's thoughts? And I guess I'll take one step further. Who has been your standout fit model pros so far this year?
I really, really love Jane Jones' physique. I think she's just bubbly. It's a fresh, vibrant sort of look on stage. I also loved the girl who won FIBO back in April, was it? April, May time in the
Yeah,
yellow suit.
the German girl. Oh, I can't remember her name.
Gorgeous look. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember a girl who I want to say she's from, oh, I can't remember her name, like Canada or somewhere. Oh, what's her name?
Was she one of the first ones or was it later?
Later.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I can't remember. But if you're listening and it's you,
She can't remember the person. She can't remember the person I DM'd her after the show. Karen, what do you bring to the table these days?
I
Give us
don't, do I?
What was the original question before? Who was the standout?
yeah, what are your thoughts overall on the football standard? How's it all shaping up? What are your thoughts?
I do believe that like it's still a bit of like a mismatch kind of between the States and Europe, but this happened in bikini too. So it's kind of like very similar territory where new category, different pools of athletes. I do think as well though, at the start of the year, you have to remember like way back when in April, we only had known about Fit Model for what, a couple months. So nobody had really had like a substantial period of time to like really, really get to grips with the pose and really refine their training and this and that. You kind of like got what you've got. Whereas I think the competitors that are perhaps competing now at the back end of the season, they've had like all year to observe the category and to kind of refine their package. So I do think that the standards kind of like improving as we go through. Um,
I
so yeah.
completely forgot because I should have mentioned this one earlier because let me just bring up the UK Pro Card winner in fifth model just to give her a shout out, Phoebe. So this is our the newest IP Pro in the football division. What's everyone's thoughts here?
Congratulations to her.
Massive congratulations.
Have you got
Just
any pictures there? Yeah, nice.
got a few of the girls there. So I recognize Zoe, the girl on the far right. She's
Yeah, Dion.
yeah, Dion, that's it. Yeah, she had a few wins this season, so that looks like fourth place finish. So a bit of a drop there. I can't remember, that's what's your name? I've recognized you before.
I think Dion put a post up today saying that she's decided to step back from competing, which I'm not gonna lie, I saw it. I know I can't say much, but I saw it and I thought that's such a shame because I think she's got a great look as well. But again, I do understand and empathize. Like I think, she kind of said it really takes it out of you and whatever. So yeah, who knows? She was like, never say never, I may come back, whatever. But I think the girl who won there with the pro card, like you could really see that she like had like a beautiful like model package, like the hair and the bikini and stuff. Like I think it was a really standout look.
Agree.
So yeah, well done.
That was the second win for Overload Physiques this year. Uh, for Pure Model. Okay, on to the next question. Um, how can how can we petition for UK Bikini Pro Show at the end of the year so we have more options?
I would love one.
My
Can we
petition is
push it?
exactly how what Kirsty did. She put a story, got loads of votes, and showcased it to the UK promoter. So, would you, would you want one end of the
Me.
year?
Yeah, I like thought there was, I really wanted there to be one. Because there is the week after Olympia, it's obviously men's open.
Yeah.
I thought, well, Meg added it to my timeline. She thought it was just a show, you know? But it's not. So I was like, I had that like mapped into my timeline. So yeah, I'm gutted about that.
Um, therefore, okay. Tip. Oh God, wait, let stop with this. Okay, one tip each. Tips on starting a journey in becoming an IFBB pro.
Really?
So if you just give one tip for one tip,
One tip.
yeah, one tip each because we've got 11 minutes left. A short clock,
Um,
time straight to start.
Instead of so just keep oh blimey, sorry, I just knocked something. Keep focusing on like the little things, but also the love of the sport. You lose
Yeah,
love of the sport and you're not going anywhere. But also take into account that, like, in the same breath, the little things do matter.
Marnie, how you follow that up? The little things
stay
matter.
true. Stay true to you. Stay true to you. And if I can piggyback a little extra, because you only let me have one, but it's 1.5, find your support network.
Yeah.
So important. Because I feel like I wasted quite a lot of time not really knowing where I fit, like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole a lot of the time. So I wasn't really staying true to myself, but also I struggled because I kind of felt like I didn't have the right people or the right environment. I know you did a big post on Beyond the Stage, Suki, about your environment, and that really stuck with me because I think once you're in the right environment and around the right people, like you can go to new heights. You really can.
I believe
So
that.
yeah, that's my tip.
Hmm.
How far do you think it's possible to go naturally with a standard up bikini right now?
Depends on the person, doesn't it? And it depends on
Really
their
does. It really,
genetics.
it
Well,
really,
let's look at the majority rather than the exception.
Well, there's going to be more assisted athletes at the Olympia than there are naturals, let's be honest.
yeah.
So
But I
it's
do think, again,
possible.
like
Oh,
with
oh,
the right person, with the right genetics, like I don't know, like, and if there's
what about just on the pro qualifiers, rather than pro shows, what about a pro qualifier? Winning your pro card, is it possible, again, going back to the
Yes,
question, possible to turn to win a pro card naturally rather be assisted?
yeah,
I guess
100%.
we all
I did
agree.
it.
Yeah, there we go.
100%. Yeah.
I did it. Although it was back in the day, but still, I do think it is possible.
I still think it's doable today
Yeah, no,
though.
100%.
Even
My
yeah,
client she's competing naturally in the pro league.
yeah.
To our pro cards, the next one is that someone's interested to hear your take on people saying that winning pro card is easy. Um, and there are too many pros, especially in national shows where there are loads of cards. So this person must be the US. She's talking about national cards since when the last one had 84 pro cards. Um, Two questions there, really. Is
Oh,
it is it easier to win your pro card now versus maybe 3, 4 years ago? And are there too many pros?
okay, so I think there's more opportunity to win a pro card. I think the next level to that though is there. I think there is a lot of pros, but there is a difference between those who are gonna go there versus maybe not. Obviously, again, that can only be a minority thing, to be honest. Uh, I don't really feel like it is. I think it makes the sport fun, having more people to compete against. I
I
don't know.
think I personally, and there might be some people that agree or disagree, and you know, it is what it is. I personally don't think that second place winning a second place class win should win a pro card. Like that doesn't compute with me.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if you go to a national level show and there's like six girls and first and second place both win a pro card, but you haven't won an overall. Like, I don't know, I just for me that's my personal opinion. And I think that that would force the competitors to be better as well. Like, I think it would demand like to push harder.
I always said if I won my pro card at an amateur Olympia and
Mm,
second, that I would want to go into another pro qualifier.
mm,
That's what
yeah,
that's literally what I said back in the day. I said if I was to come second and win my pro card, I want to come first and win my pro card. That was
yeah.
my
It's one of those because like you'd be like, oh, but I wasn't the overall winner, but you would still be happy because well, you've just won a pro card, but also like again, amateur Olympia, it's because that's in the overall. Like it's first and second in and is it not first, second, and third in an overall? I'm
Yeah, so
sure it
amateur
is
Olympia,
top
first,
three.
second, third, and then of course for national shows, which is had in the US, it was the winner of each class.
The Arnold Classic, the Arnold Amateur, that's the same. It's first and second place in the overall. But here's the other thing. Here's the other catch. Bikini has more height classes, so I think they still award like top two in other divisions that only have four height classes. Because I'm pretty sure that, like, for example, I know we've now got fit model that's not at the Arnold yet, but like I know in classic physique, there's only like A, B, C, and D in the overall. So you've got like a 50% chance ultimately of winning a pro card because two people are going to turn pro out of those four. So I don't know, I think like maybe there needs to be some sort of rule there or something. Like depending on how many athletes are in the class as to whether or not first and second. Like say it's different if there's only six girls in a high class and first and second win a pro card versus 20 girls deep and then first and second winning a pro card. Do you see what I mean?
yeah.
That would like maybe change the numbers a bit. I'm not sure.
All right, final one. I'm gonna give you girls 60 seconds each to answer this question. So start with Kerry. Your why for competing initially versus now.
My wife for competing initially was because I wanted to look a certain way, if I'm honest. I had an eating disorder back then and I wanted to look a certain way. And then that as I grown to love the sport, I only told myself that I would only be able to continue in this sport if I could do the sport as a whole, as in the off season, the cut, and enjoy it. And that obviously crept me well away from that physique because I knew to be the best athlete, I had to get away from that eating disorder and I had to get used to my body in growth season and like in prep. And now I'm like happy in both. I'll ask the whole question again, just so I can
So it
answer.
was your why for competing initially
Yeah.
versus now.
So that was my why initially. Versus now I'm just obsessed with just the sport as a whole and just becoming like better, but not this sport doesn't make me better in just a physique way. It's everything, like from like my mindset, my determination, like it comes off in other areas of my life. And like I don't know, it's just more than competing to me. Like, yeah, I want to go to the Olympia and do all these things, but like the impact that it's had on my life completely and the impact it's had on me being able to help other people. It's just a big old passion, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So I don't know if that answers that, but yeah.
That's it, Marley.
Well, I don't compete now, so I can't answer that.
I don't know, well, maybe 2026, right?
That's why I started laughing. I thought, oh God.
What was your wife originally competing? Almost 10 years ago, or however long it was.
Yeah, 2015. Well, I found out about the sport in 2014, but yeah, I would say similar to Kerry, like I actually just wanted something to show for my hard work in the gym. Like I wanted to take it more seriously. And then when I found out about competing, it was a case of, oh, I really want to look like that, similar to you. Like I was like, I want to see if I can do it. I want to see if I can like look like that, have photos of me in the bikini on stage, and then obviously your why does change as you go through the journey, but I think it became about so much more than just me. And it was like, inspiring other people and creating a community. Obviously, I've built a business off the back of that as well. So, yeah, I don't know. Again, it's still that constant, like, I want to see if I can look like a pro. I want to see if I can get a tie in. I want to see this, that, and the other. So you kept like adding more. I want to see this. I want to see that. And then eventually, yeah, I got to a point where I was like, don't want to get any bigger now, so I'm happy as I am, and that's fine.
Basically.
There we go. Okay, cool. All right. That is a wrap now of Did Say last week. We're going to have a special guest this week, but it's been moved to next week. So next week will be our special guest. We're back to doing that. And of course,
Wait, wait.
no,
So
Harry's got something to say.
did I send you the screenshot of questions? Because I wanna do one. Because there
Cool.
is a question. So the one for me, I can see it on my phone right now. So
Oh,
it's any funny personal sayings slash mantras you say to push yourself. And this is a really funny one because what was it? Mark Mark was having like I think like a hard day or something like that. And I literally told, we were walking along the street and he was quiet doing his steps. And I think I said to him, if you're finding it hard, just look up. And he was like, what? I was like, if you're ever finding it hard, just look up. And he was like, what do you mean, just look up? I was like, just look up. Like, just look up. Look at the world. And like, you're just like this small thing that thinks they're finding it hard right now. And really, like, you're in this massive world where like
I
so
like
much
that.
is harder. Just look up. So I think when he was like in a set, he was finding it hard. His training partner said to him, if you're finding it hard, just look up. So I would say that's a personal and funny one. But honestly, it helps me when I'm like out on my walk and I'm like, oh, like whatever. Like I just look up and I just think, I'm grateful for this. Like, and we don't look up enough. We really don't. We spend so much time looking down. So look up.
do you ever say Marnie?
Any personal
No,
fun
I was
fact.
just thinking about all the funny gym memes of like Chris Bumstead with like on the chest press where it's like, if I don't lift this, my whole family's gonna die. And like that is like the toxic like saying in your mind when you like want to get a PB.
Yeah. That's a good one. And on that note, yeah.
On that note, that's a wrap for this week's episode, and we'll see you guys for episode 26 next week.